Over the past two videos, we've examined how boys are falling behind in school and how large numbers of young men are opting out of college. Today, we're going to look at what happens next, the economic reality many of these young men are facing as adults. The data shows a clear and growing gap. Many young men who either never went to college or struggled to finish are now falling behind economically compared to previous generations. It's showing up in employment rates, living arrangements, and family formation. One of the most significant trends is the long-term decline in labor force participation among prime-age men. According to Bureau of Labor Statistics data, the percentage of men between the ages of 25 and 54 who are working or actively looking for work has fallen from nearly 95% in the 1960s to around 88% today. This represents hundreds of thousands of men in their prime working years who are now completely detached from the workforce. The income picture is equally concerning. Young men without a college degree have seen their real earnings stagnate or decline over the past several decades when adjusted for inflation. At the same time, the earnings gap between men with and without a college degree has widened significantly. Many of these men aren't just earning less, they're falling out of the middle class entirely, with real consequences for their ability to support themselves and eventually a family. This economic struggle is also visible in where young men are living. Recent census data shows that nearly 1 in 3 men aged 25 to 29 are still living with their parents, a sharp increase from previous generations. For men without a college degree, that number is even higher. This isn't simply about convenience or delayed adulthood. It reflects a growing difficulty in reaching financial independence at the same stage of life their fathers and grandfathers reached it. These economic challenges are also affecting family formation. Men who are not financially stable are significantly less likely to get married or have children. The percentage of young men who are married has dropped sharply over the past 30 years, especially among those without college degrees. The result is a growing number of men who are not only economically behind, but also statistically less likely to form stable families, which has long-term consequences for society as a whole. This isn't because these men are lazy or unwilling to work. In many cases, they are responding to real changes in the return on investment for the traditional path. When the high school to college to stable career route comes with high debt and uncertain job prospects for many fields, and when strong alternative paths receive little attention or support, it's not surprising that large numbers of young men have stepped back from that model. At the same time, the consequences of this trend extend far beyond individual outcomes. When large numbers of young men become economically marginalized, it affects marriage rates, birth rates, and community stability. When growing numbers of men are unable to establish themselves economically in their 20s and early 30s, stable family formation becomes more difficult, with measurable consequences that extend across generations. This raises an important question. If the traditional college path is no longer working well for a growing number of young men, what realistic alternatives actually exist? For decades, society treated college as the only respectable and reliable option. But the data increasingly shows that this one-size-fits-all approach has left many young men behind, particularly those who don't pursue high-demand technical degrees. As a result, large numbers of young men are left with fewer clear paths to financial stability and family formation. In the next video, we're going to examine one path that has quietly become one of the stronger economic options available: skilled trades. We'll look at how fields like plumbing and electrical work compare to many college degrees when you factor in income, debt, and long-term financial outcomes. Thanks for watching Clarity with Maria. If you value honest, data-driven analysis that doesn't shy away from uncomfortable truths, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. New videos every Wednesday and Saturday. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you in the next one.